We're back yet again with another episode of Insane Ramblings, aka audio journaling. Just wanted to get some stuff off my chest and out of my head. I'm feeling pretty good. I just finished my internship yesterday. Completed 120 hours working as a marketing generalist, which is a cool title. Sounds pretty badass. And got an awesome review, even got a job offering, which is awesome. However, it is in sales and it's not marketing. So now I need to figure out if I want to take it, if I want to look for something else. All that in due time. I have 1 week left till university is complete. I have 2 projects that are pretty hefty that I need to work on. One of them is actually kind of serious, but we'll get to that. It should be all good. Um, and again, I find myself just kind of all over the place. I want to do Unreal. I want to do drawing, and again, I want to play the game. Actually, sitting down and struggling with Unreal sounds scary, but it's necessary. All good things require effort, and I have to install some sort of process to just keep going and not be stuck in fear and anxiety. Over the last 2 days, I've just opened Unreal and ran around in the third person template editor. I've swapped a skeletal mesh skin that I'm using for characters from Paragon, so I'm just doing something so that I could maybe grow those 2 minutes into something else, which is apparently how you build habits anyway. I've also been drawing a bunch of lines, just squigglies in Photoshop, practicing hand-eye coordination. It feels a fair bit rewarding because I feel like my squiggles are getting more uniform, which feels good. And what I've noticed from my from the history of me learning guitar is that you just have to pursue joy and pleasure. There, I would record my training sessions and seeing slight improvements in the most basic exercises gave me dopamine and it made me want to come back. Similar to this is kind of why I kept going with guitar, just because I found a way to enjoy it and to have fun with it. I've tried learning songs, it just wasn't it. But once I tuned down to drop G or drop A, I kept going. I keep going down in tunings. We're drop G now. I'm getting the sound that I want. I can improvise in a way that I want. I think very little bit of theory, but I do think of some of it. And I, there are some exercises that I keep doing which help me improve, and that helps me to come back on a pretty regular basis. So now I'm trying to just, you know, really focus on those squiggly lines that I'm making and really feel like I'm enjoying it. There is this feeling when you really zero in on playing guitar or drawing. Like I could feel physical sensation in my frontal lobe, almost as if it's heating up. Just like this complete concentration and warmth. And then you put it down and you're like, whew, you come out of a sauna. Like it's very intense pleasure. And I feel like just zeroing in on that pleasure can get you farther. With Unreal, it's a lot more technical. it's less about doing things with your hands and more about understanding things, um, and applying them. So it's just more difficult for me to do that. It feels a lot more overwhelming. Um, but that's okay. Good things can be hard. I've been I was watching a video by Alan Moore yesterday, which I'll link below. It's like a 3-hour combination of like a bunch of his talks about the 4 archetypes of psyche, which is magician, king, warrior, trickster, magician, king, warrior, lover. Where does this trickster come from? Is there 4 of them? Magician, Jungian sectors. I thought there was 4 of them. No? King, warrior, magician, lover. So trickster isn't one of them. Yeah, king, warrior, magician, and lover. And it focuses on exploring the energies of those 4 different quadrants, and how they can manifest themselves in like good and bad, and how your upbringing can affect the development of those different quadrants. So, for example, a warrior has to exhibit some form of aggression. And if that energy is not being developed in a healthy manner, then it can come out in an unhealthy manner in a form of sadism, or just hatred. However, if you manage to direct your anger in a healthy fashion, that might look like something like being disciplined, or being able to stand up for yourself or stand up for others, or being able to protect yourself and fight back whenever it's necessary. Similar with lover, it's like feelings of love, of interest, of admiration to something, can give you a lot of joy and love. And like if you develop all those 4 kind of quadrants and manifest them in healthy ways, you will inherently experience a lot more joy in life over the course of it. But if you don't take control of your lover, then apparently usually lovers tend to those kind of unguided energies tend to result in addictions, of all sorts of kinds. So I would recommend anyone to really go through that video. He also wrote a book, King Within. The guy studied occult practices, and how rituals kind of help to initiate people and take them to the next kind of point in their life. The roles of elders, kind of social communal support. Very interesting guy. So yeah, watch it. I would strongly recommend anyone to watch it. So that made me think a lot, and I feel like having a dad that had an unhealthy relationship with his kind of warrior side and was kind of aggro made me kind of despise that energy for a really long time. And I feel like recently I was giving some opportunities to own them and apply them in a healthy manner, when I felt like a professor at my university was unfairly downgrading me. I kind of took him for a ringer, wrote like a complaint, and whatnot. And it might sound silly, but it was a way for me to channel my anger in a way that enabled me to stand up for myself. I don't also just take people's shit anymore. I cut out people that mistreat me without third chances anymore. It's been quite transformative, and I'm hoping that this will lead me to developing a sense of discipline, which is something I lack dearly. I feel like maybe I'm a bit too harsh with. I don't entirely lack discipline, but it's very driven by tight deadlines. So I still get my shit done, just not in the best way possible. What is the best way possible? Nobody gives a fuck what a best way is. As long as shit gets done. The thing is, shit gets done that has a deadline. My personal projects like music, game development don't currently have any deadlines, and hence they do not get done. Nothing gets done there. So over the last, I don't know, I've been looking for mentors. Found this project just a couple hours ago, by Jam2Go, which I'll link to below as well, who is just awesome kind of dev videos. So I reached out to him. He's too busy. I also do have a mentor that I've reached out to before, and we even had a chat about it, and he was open to it. So why am I even? I should just reach out to him again. That guy seemed pretty wholesome and chill and cool. Yeah, I'm just looking for more ways of adding accountability to my life at the moment. And I have been recording a bunch of my processes, a bunch of my practices, which I might show a little bit here. But yeah, it's just scribbles, and I feel like I'm probably gonna start making some form of content, maybe like weekly updates on my progress, just to add some extra layer of accountability, and I mean social media presence, and maybe build a community of like-minded creatives that are also struggling. That would be, I feel like that's a thought that I've been grappling with quite a bit. I would love to have a community of creatives that help each other and enable each other to produce work. And there are a lot of communities out there, which maybe I could join, but maybe I could just start my own with blackjack and hookers. I mean, you know what I mean. So yeah, that's about it. Is there anything else I want to talk about? A lot to do. Scribbles, music, boobity boop. I guess that's it. Bye.